Hi there, this is Joanne from TrueAuthenticPower.com from Tapping.me, and I'm also the creator of the program Catapulting to Confidence. Today's audio is about plugging your energy drains. People talk about law of attraction and how to go after what you want, to visualize what you want, but part of what could be stopping you, stymieing you, causing you to get derailed somewhat, distracted, are the energy drains. And everybody looks at the positive and how to go towards the positive, but sometimes really addressing the negative things or where your energy is leaking out is the best thing that you could do before even trying to go forward. I get how everybody wants to just get to the results, but when you don't pay attention to what's in the way, what's stymieing you, what's causing you irritation, aggravation, all that kind of stuff, you could be working against yourself for a long time and make your journey much easier if you plug the energy drains first. So the reason I came up with this is I had a client visit, and this client has made leaps and bounds of improvement towards law of attraction, understanding how energy works, writing around their life and how things became and have become increasingly better and better and better. As they were describing some of their issue, it was a little bit of a glitch of how their partner responds to their going forward. They are on a much higher vibration now, my client, really focusing on what they want to draw in, and yet they've got this, what I would consider an energy drain of an undermining of being criticized or judged. Now, that has gotten much better through this client's journey, and they're realizing much more of what irritates them or aggravates them. So, if you are going on a walk and you have a pebble in your shoe, if you remove the pebble, wouldn't the walk be easier? Wouldn't the walk be nicer? Wouldn't it be less stressful, less irritating, and you could really focus on the beauty around the walk? That's how I view energy drains. So this particular person has kind of been an island, involved, but not too much, close, but not too close, in relationships, but not too tight in a relationship. And so it's kind of a periphery little thing. And they're still thinking in the mindset of island, kind of separate thinking. How do I get my confidence to stay up? How do I do what I need to do for me inside, regardless of what they're doing over there? And while that's a wonderful idea, if there's something over there that is draining you, you need to address it and pay attention to it. Now, I don't mean necessarily addressing it with the other person, but what is it doing to you and what would you want instead? Because if you've got a hole in your boat, you can go out fishing every day, but you've got to worry about bailing the boat. That's an extra energy why would you want to do that? Fix the bottom of the boat, plug up the hole, and have a much more enjoyable time, be able to engage longer, be able to stay there longer. So that's kind of what prompted this audio. So I want you to consider this. Instead of always thinking forward, 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 what kind of things are in your way that are draining you, that are sucking your energy, that are taking you off course? Because I promise you, they are maybe even more important than the going forward and pushing through and pushing through. It takes a lot more energy when you are trying to resist against something that is bugging you, that is bothering you, than if that weren't there in the first place and you can just start to soar. So I want you to just take a minute to think about the pockets in your life. What are the biggest pockets in your life? The biggest hurts, the biggest irritations, the things that when you're focused, what are you focused on? Now, there could be a couple of reasons why you're focused on it. They give you a nice diversion so you don't have to go forward. And that's one way to look at it. But if you are really starting to soar and things are really your vibration is getting higher, things are starting to move forward, you're starting to feel that momentum. When you get to that level, start paying attention to the more fine-tuning nuances that are affecting your world. So for this client, what I suggested was, what kind of traits do you love in other people? Now, this can also be a guidance that you can use that's on my TrueAuthenticPower.com website, and it's called Design Your Life Now. I wrote it with a business focus, but my goodness, you could use that for any aspect of your life. So that might be worth a download for you to consider You can approach it from love. You can approach it from business. You can approach it from safety, from relationships, from the house you want, from the car you want to drive. You can use it for anything is what I'm trying to say. This particular client and I started focusing on, what do you love about the people that you enjoy being around? Now, what came to the surface was this particular person wasn't really close to a lot of people. They had some people they enjoy, but they don't really know what a good, loving, close relationship looks like, with whether it be romantic, whether it be with their family members, whether it be with close contacts. There's a little bit of a distance. And that's what this particular client learned, as many of us do. We don't always learn the best way to be engaged with people, or the best way to be in loving relationships, or the best way to get our needs met. We're just kind of taught what we're taught, and the rest is left out. And that's when it becomes our part in the journey, in our journey, to fix that, to solve it, to pay attention to it. So if I were to say to you, what kind of things bring you joy when in relationship with other people? What are their tones in their voice? What are the looks on their face? What do they say? How do they express? How are you engaged with them? And this particular client had very sketchy criteria, and they know how to program in what they want with the universe. We've already done that kind of stuff. And this was really, like I said, more of a fine tuning. But there was kind of a void of, I don't really know what that criteria is. And so I would suggest to you, if you have sketchy relationship patterns, sketchy relationship training about how to be in loving relationships, take this to heart. This is not a little thing. We are not islands, and we interact with people all the time. Wouldn't you want those people that you interact with all the time to be gloriously wonderful to you instead of a pebble in your shoe? If you are surrounded by a lot of pebbles in your shoe, it's going to drain your energy. That's not what the law of attraction is about, focusing on, oh, that damn pebble. Oh, it hurts my foot. Oh, it's so irritating. Really? That's not where you want to stay. So think about your best relationships, your most close friendships, your most close interactions. And if you don't have any, then look at other people. The people that you know are close to other people. What do they say about their relationships? How do they express in their relationships? You might need to do some investigating. If this is unfamiliar to you, you might need to do some questions about people who are close with other people. What do they do? How do they act? So that you have kind of a guidepost to program in what you want. Focus on, how does their face look? Do they smile readily? Are they easily approachable? What kind of tone do they have in their voice? Are they kidders and you like that? Do they have, a good sense of humor and you enjoy that? Are they very loving? Are they touchers? Are they good huggers? And I'm not talking anything intimate, romantic type level yet, just even closeness. Who are you closest to, and why are you close with them? Do they encourage you? Are they loving to you? Do they ask about your life? Do they engage with you regularly if you need that, if you like that? If you have never been taught about what a loving relationship and closeness looks like, you won't know how to do it, most likely. So it's a skill that you have to develop and learn. And it can be an energy drain if you're fighting against the wrong kind of personalities, the wrong kind of energy, the kind of energy that tears you down, undermines you, tells you everything that's wrong with you instead of, and I'm not talking the opposite of cheerleaders either. This is not a cheerleading kind of criteria that I'm asking you to seek out and think about. It's what makes you feel good. What makes you feel special? What do they say? What do they do? Why do you feel safe and loving in their presence? And again, if you have no frame of reference, that's nothing bad. Just look at people that you may see that are close, that are buddies, that hang out together, that love being with each other. How do they interact? What do they do? What do they talk about? You might need to pay attention to a different avenue than you ever have before. But if you've got that glitch happening where you don't have support, if you don't have encouragement, and it's not about them just being your cheerleader and your rah-rah, person for you, But that helps bring safety. That helps bring closeness. That helps bring ease and releases the tension of the body so that you can be free to explore and go forward and be the best person that you can be. It just is another way to enhance your life. Just like if you didn't have health. I'm telling you, if you don't have health, that's one of the things you start focusing on really fast. If you don't have good relationships, you start focusing on that really fast. Pay attention. When you are unhappy, when you feel pulled down or stymied or stopped, what is it you're thinking about? Because that's an energy drain and it needs to be plugged, fixed, healed, the wound to be taken care of and honored, whatever you want to call it. That needs almost more attention than trying to go forward. Because if your boat is sinking, really, are you going to be fishing or are you going to be bailing the boat? You know what I'm saying? So I want to do just a little bit of tapping to open up this channel, just to kind of promote and bring some of that awareness to you, because you may not have thought in terms of, I got to plug the holes. What holes? What drains? I don't get it. That might be new news to you. And so let's just open that up. Now, with any tapping that I do, this is your responsibility. It may bring up emotions. It may bring up thoughts that you haven't thought of in a long time or situations. So just be aware that you are responsible for your own reactions to this tapping if you choose to participate. We're going to start on the side of the hand. It's called the karate chop point. If you don't know how to tap, you can go to the homepage of my website, trueauthenticpower.com. There is an intro to tapping /anxiety video there, and it will show you where the points are and how to tap. I'm going to be calling them out as best I can. If I miss a point or mess it up a little, don't worry. Just catch back up when I get back on track. So we're going to start with relationships in mind. Take a deep breath first and start on the side of the hand and repeat after me. Even though I may not have seen what loving relationships look like, I may not know what loving friendships are like. That may not have been my experience up till now. That's okay. Like any other skill, I can learn this too. And I want it to be an enhancement to my life. I love, honor, and accept all parts of me. Even though I may not have had good role models about loving, caring relationships to show me how they work, to show me what they look like, to hear what love sounds like. But that's okay. Because like with any other skill, I can learn this. And I can learn it in a way that I find appealing. I love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I may not know what loving friendships and relationships are like. But I'm willing to learn. And I get to decide what would feel good by paying attention to what might be draining me in that area. This can enhance my life, and I'm willing to take on this new skill. Eyebrow, loving relationships. What the heck does that mean? Side of the eye, loving partnerships. I don't know what that looks like. Under the eye, I may not even know what a friendship feels like that's great. Under the nose, and maybe what I've had in the past doesn't work for me. Chin, and that's okay. Collarbone, because by using the law of attraction, under the arm, by using more expansive techniques, wrist, I can start to program in what I want. Top of the head, I might have to release some of what's unwanted. Eyebrow, and that's okay too. Side of the eye, in fact, that's really a good thing to do. Under the eye, what are the areas that drain my energy? Under the nose, who are the people that make me tired when I'm around them? Chin, and what would I want instead? Collarbone, maybe I need more fun or love. Under the arm, but what does that look like? Wrist, what does that sound like? Top of the head, what would they be saying that would make me feel special? Eyebrow, do they let me freely express myself? Side of the eye, or do I get shut down? Under the eye, are we both working towards what we want? Under the nose, or do I get blamed for what's not working for them? Chin, I want to be able to look closer. Collarbone, at what I might be doing to attract. Under the arm, energy that I don't want. Wrist, and as I learn more about the law of attraction. Top of the head, this is not just about physical appeal. Eyebrow, there's something wonderful about some people. Side of the eye that I'm very attracted to. Under the eye, are they funny? Under the nose, are they calm? Chin, are they quiet? Collarbone, are they vivacious? Under the arm, are they a combo of all of those things? Wrist, it's time for me to get really clear. Top of the head, on the kind of criteria I would love. Stay on the top of the head, to be surrounded by in my relationships. Now take a deep breath. You get the idea of what I'm talking about. You know, people say, oh, I'm so drawn to them, or I so like them. Why? What do they do? Get really specific. It's just like when people say, oh, I just want to be happy. No, there's a criteria there that makes you happy, that brings out that happiness within you. And boy, when you get clear on that kind of stuff, you can see what's lacking and how certain people don't line up. And this is not about pushing people out of your life, but when you go to a higher vibration, that can happen. And I just want to warn you that that is kind of part of the expansion. It doesn't always have to be. And if those people that you love can come with you, oh my goodness, that's even better. It's such a joy to grow with somebody, to expand with somebody, to just enjoy the journey together and be able to be on the same page of, they hear things in you, you hear things in them that maybe you want to tweak a little, and the feedback is welcomed. It's not a criticism. It's not a judgment. It's a, I hear a little bit of this in you because, boy, when your energy starts to expand, when your broadcast message becomes happier and healthier, people will shift for the positive, and it feels so good. So I hope this helps. I hope this brings you some clarity. This is Joanne from TrueAuthenticPower.com and from tapping.me. Until our paths cross again next time, bye-bye for now.